girls always talk about, can't you guys tell like our signs? It's so obvious. Like when we look at you, like it's all so obvious. And you're like, shut the fuck up, bro. It's not obvious at all, right? But when a guy is soft spoken, it's pretty obvious. We're talking like this, right? The second you go to a girl, you're like, oh hey, how are you? You know what I mean? You know, if you're just friends, there's this, we call it the halal gap.
The halal gap. The halal gap. Why have I never heard of that?
You never heard of
That's amazing.
So every guy out there, I think you guys will agree, right? I think you guys have first see a girl that you really find pretty. Instantly when you see her, you're like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
In your head, you picture the wedding, you picture...
you start planning a wedding day.
Start planning your wedding day.
When are you going to name your first kid?
Yeah. Girls want to fall in love with the guy that's sort of like dumb. A guy who's foolishly in love with them, but usually they don't end up with that guy.
Yeah? How so?
Just like the drama that you talked about.
Right. Yeah. Talking about
Reply
a very,
1988.
very, very beloved K-drama called Reply 1988. Came out in 2015.
One of the best dramas ever.
I'm big on K-dramas. I love my K-dramas. One of my favorites. One of my all-time favorites.
It's definitely one of those that's like I can recommend to everyone because
it's like there's so many concepts and like so many different elements that are relatable to like everyone. And I haven't yet seen a piece of media, a show that has embodied life of like a slice of life, including romance and comedy, as well as Reply 1988 did. Personally, to me, I just thought the family dynamics, the chemistry and relationships, and how relatable it was that how to like handle your feelings was crazy. Fucking crazy. We're talking about why guys
to the
dumb,
point why we're talking about it,
yes,
right? Because
sorry.
Dating in general, right? Dating in general, there's so many dumb things that happens. Love, I feel like love is just an embodiment of every feeling that you feel, right? It's dumb, it's pure, it's amazing, it's bad, it's all in all. But I think most importantly, why are guys dumb, right? Why are men dumb?
Yeah,
I can't answer that question myself. Even I'm dumb.
I don't know.
We were just talking about it just now when we bought coffee at McDonald's, and there was a cute barista.
Harvey fell in love with this
I
girl.
didn't fall in love, bro. I did not fall in love.
You so fell in love with her, bro.
I just looked at her like, wow.
Cool. Yeah, and just an entire fucking life flashed before his eyes.
Every guy out there, I think you guys will agree, right? I think you guys have felt this too at whatever age that you've felt this before, or if you're going into uni and you first see a girl that you really find pretty, instantly when you see her, you're like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
In your head, you picture the wedding, you picture...
you start planning a wedding day.
Start planning your wedding day.
When are you gonna name your first kid?
Yeah. Guys instantly like, there's this look, bro. I don't even know how to say.
And I know the perfect embodiment of that look. Lego Batman falling in love, bro. That's where it's at. I'm sure a lot of you have... Hold on. Actually, let me show you Hammy.
Find the picture.
I will show you right now.
It's that... I don't even know how to explain it. Some girls just have that effect on certain guys. It's really, really hard to explain that. Yeah, he's going to find a photo real quick. Oh, hold on. Are we getting there?
Yeah, we're
not getting there. Pause it. Look. Oh, yeah. I remember that. All right, show that.
It's... Hold on. It's that one.
Go. Yeah, put it in the center of the camera. Fucking. There we go. Yep. Yeah, they can see it. It's fine, even if it's not focused.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that look of just falling in love. It's so weird because... should I even say that's falling in love, or is it just purely infatuation?
I think
because there's this feel of like when we look at this certain girl, everyone differs with their types, of course, but sometimes you just look at them and you're like, oh my god, she's the one. But to be honest, I know you girls out there also want to be with a guy that feels like that about you, right? It feels good to be the one receiving that end, but I think reality is that's not how love works. It's just not how love works.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's also people that like, you can bond so much, you have everything in common, but if you don't feel that not even spark. I was talking to this to one of our managers. Should I even say manager? One of our friends. Like, should I worry about this spark thing? Because it's not really about spark. It's just this feeling of, I want to be with you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because someone can be everything that you wanted, but this feeling of not wanting to be with them is also existing over there. I don't even know how to explain it.
You
Am I
might not know
just
how to
dumb?
explain it. No. But like whatever you just like rambled on about, like whatever you just said, right? I'm sure a lot of people understood what you meant.
Right?
Yeah. Don't worry. I think because I got it too. It's hard to explain,
Right.
but you do get it because it's a feeling that a lot of people feel. A lot of people feel that way, and it's incredibly relatable. It's something that I don't know. At the end, I don't honestly like. Even I don't know how to explain it, bro.
I guess
It's
at the end
just
of
like,
the day, like,
it's like this. It's including the flaws and including like. It's just like all of it bundled up to one is perfection. It's like that perfection that includes the flaws, the greats of somebody, you know. But like, you want it. You want it. You want all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you just It's like I feel like that sort of. It's just.
it's so hard to explain.
It is, bro. I don't even like.
explain.
There's too many thoughts running through my head. I don't know how to explain it.
We'll slowly get to that point, but we'll start at like how the starting goes, right? Because let's say you like this person, maybe you see that girl, you're like, oh fuck, I'm planning my wedding already, and then how do you go up to her and like ask her out or whatever, right? So first things first, I feel like it depends on the situation, right?
Yeah.
If you guys are like working together or you're classmates, just chat with her. Chat with her as a normal person, right? Just chat with her as a normal person. One day when it feels natural to ask her out. Like not even on a date, maybe just like have lunch together or something. And then the number one thing that I've realized a guy shouldn't do, no matter how much you've fallen in love with this girl, right? If she's walking down the street, no matter if it's broad daylight in the city or whatever, just don't come up from behind her and like tap her and then ask her for a number. Just don't. That alone,
okay.
every girl that I've talked to so far just finds that extremely weird and dangerous. Just extremely weird.
Okay, so it should be like a forward approach.
Forward approach, or maybe just not in the street. You just can't.
Yeah, okay.
You just can't.
Okay.
Because they're minding their own business and then now a random person is coming up to her. That act alone feels unsafe.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Just know that. I'm not the one saying it. It's all the girls around me at work and at my school have said so.
Okay.
Right? Maybe if you guys had like a bunch of friends, she has a bunch of friends, you have a bunch of friends, that's probably doable. But if she's walking alone, just don't.
Okay. Yeah, got you. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Because I feel like that happens quite often. When you see a girl walking, you're just like, oh my God.
Yeah, and you just
fall in love. So don't. All right? So the other thing that we're going to talk, I want to see what you have your opinion on this. When
Okay.
you ask a girl out, you don't say it's a date, but in your head it's already a date. Because I've talked to a few girls about this, and they've had guys that ask them out, and they just said it's lunch or dinner. Like they just said it's that. But when you're going out, you can feel the energy, you know. You can feel the energy, like maybe the guy dressed up a little bit, and then he's like going close to her, you know, opening the door for her, that kind of shit. And then the girl is like, oh shit, I thought we were just friends. What is happening? I personally find that one of the biggest red flags in a guy. If you're asking her out, just ask her out like a man. Don't do this bullshit of like asking her out to just lunch and then acting like it's gonna be a date.
I also think that is a learning experience in and of itself.
Of course.
For the guy, right?
Yeah.
Because like but it's sometimes it's also like you might subconsciously think that it's a date, right? But you don't have the courage to like be like establish the fact that I want to take you out on a date, right? So it's like it's neither a date nor like a hangout. So it's like you ask to hang out with them, but because you like them, that's why you might dress up a little bit more. That's why you might like, I don't know, pull the chair for them when you go down to like fucking eat or something. Because even you yourself like might not like.
Yeah, but if you pull out the chair for her, that's so obvious already. You know?
I get it. I do understand. I get how that is a red flag. I also get like that there might be someone who does that without honestly not realizing it. Yeah.
There's also the other side. Let's play the devil's advocate, all right?
Ooh,
Maybe you
okay.
guys, the guy and the girl have already like at work, you know, they flirt here and there, right?
Mhm.
Every time they're at work, I'm like, oh my god, you're so pretty today. Oh, I love the way you dress. And then she says the same thing, and then she's also like giving you hugs here and there. And then once you go on that like quote unquote date, right? That you don't state that it's a date, but it feels like a date to you. And then afterwards, she tells you, oh my god, nah, I don't think we should hang out. Then there's also that side of like girls just asking you for attention. You know, this is where the Charlie Puth song, "You just want attention." You know, I felt that so bad. I swear, there was this one girl, bro. I'm not gonna talk about it because I can't. I can't. It's too fresh. But I swear that song hits so hard, bro. That song hits so hard. That attention thing.
Okay, wait, hold on. When you say that they want attention in that manner, what can you elaborate a little bit?
We have to talk about this, right?
Okay.
So when you're going out with a girl, like it's not even a date or whatever, right? You're just going out with a girl. What are signs for you personally? What are signs that you show that's showing that you like her? Like you're showing interest, like more than a friend. For me personally, what I've realized about myself, if I'm going out with a girl, the way if we're having lunch or whatever, I'm leaning in. I'm not like sitting back. I'm not normally sitting back. I'm leaning into her. There's also that form of like, I would touch her more. Like maybe when we're going out on a date and then she has like something in her hair or something like that. I'm that type to like, that's my sign that I'm interested.
You're like a classical
yeah. I'm that kind of guy. But if I'm not interested, I just don't. Like I'm literally like allergic. So what are your signs to show? And then
but it's funny because I've never gone out with like
a girl
that I hold on, pause. I have that I like.
Yeah.
I've never gone out in that manner where it's like I like her, but we've gone to hang out as like friends, because like.
Okay, then like you've dated a girl before, right?
Yeah,
so
yes.
reflect a little bit about how you talk to her, and what are the signs? Like, what's the body language? What's the way you talk? How do you change the way you do things in front of this person that you like? Take your time.
Oh, yeah.
Because once you start reflecting, you start to realize, like, oh wait,
it's you.
Yeah, what's your thing?
Your whole demeanor changes. Like I remember like I went on a first date once. And it was there's like I kind of shrivel up into a shell, but at the same time I want to express myself. There's like a fine line between wanting to show affection, but also not having like the courage, or like you
don't want to come on too strong.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you're not able to like bring yourself out like that. So it was like. It's weird. I become a bit more soft-spoken. And I don't know. It's hard to like.
Okay, but I feel like even that in itself, like I'll explain it because I knew about this a long time ago. This soft-spoken thing, dude. Girls always talk about, can't you guys tell like our signs? It's so obvious. Like when we look at you, like it's all so obvious. Like shut the fuck up, bro. It's not obvious at all, right? But when a guy is soft spoken, it's pretty obvious. We're talking like this, right? The second you go to a girl, you're like, oh hey, how are you? You know what I mean? You can instantly tell. Shut the fuck up. Like you can tell, all right? The girl can tell. The girl can tell easily if the guy's into them. Easily. Whether you want to do anything about it, that's up to you. Like hats off to you. If you don't like the guy, like it is what it is. But if we show the affection, you can still tell, right?
Damn,
you can still tell. And I'm like that as well. Like my tone of voice will go down so much, like the lowest it possibly can.
Yeah.
And then it's just very, very sweet, right? So where am I going with this?
Where are you going with this?
Right? It's just the whole demeanor changes, and it goes the same with girls, right? We should have brought a girl in this conversation, but I remember talking to with one of my
own bad,
a few of my workmates, right? And we were talking about this. What do girls do? And I've realized, I think I'm just saying from what she said to me, right? Girls will start to ask you out more. They will also walk closer to you. Like, you know, if you're just friends, there's this, we call it in Singapore, we call it the halal gap.
The halal gap. Why have I never heard of that?
You never heard of this?
That's amazing.
So when you walk, right? So now that I've reflected on this also, right? You can tell whether you're just friends or you guys have like an affection, I guess. Even if you don't know you like them yet, I feel like this is a form of affection. We talked about this halal gap, right? When you're walking with just a friend, there's this natural halal gap. When I say natural, right, there's this gap that you both of you are fine with. You're just like, we're just walking, it's fine.
Yep.
But when you're talking with a girl that you like, you find yourself naturally like closing up that gap. Naturally, you're like getting closer.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like her, there's an attraction, right? There's a level of attraction there.
Yep.
And even if there's a gap, you can also feel whether the gap is like you're shy. You know, there's this energy that I can't explain.
Yeah.
I really can't explain. So what I've learned from her, all right, not from my dumb guy point of view, I've learned from her, she said that if the girl is walking near you, right, it means she likes you. There's an attraction point of it.
Okay.
She, like I said, she might not know in her head like I like you,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there's an attraction, right? So the other one is this other one to me is where it gets a bit confusing for guys. You know, like when girls are using their phone and they're trying to show you like something on their phone or like whatever, and then they go, "Oh my god, look at this!" Then they put their hair like near your nose, and then you're there like. that alone, okay, that alone might not be it.
Okay.
All right. Girls usually do that, right?
Yeah.
But to me, the walking one is a pretty interesting sign.
Is more of like a.
It's a clear sign because that gap. I don't know if you feel about it. Like maybe reflect on the girl that you dated. I feel like it's a pretty easy.
For me, right? It's been more like straightforward.
Yeah.
It there hasn't really been like. It's weird because.
Yeah, even if it's straightforward, just explain it because.
So. The
girl that you...
Yeah. So, I met her through work, and it was more natural. Like we worked shifts together. I could tell that she liked me, and she could tell that I liked her. Right. Yeah. But it was like a very natural like progression. And then when we both kind of admitted to it, right? It was like there was like an instant level, like a level of comfort that. Or like comfortability that came into it, and so I never went out with her as a friend, right? The first time I went out with her, it was as.
But did you guys hang out like amongst people? But I guess when you're working together and talking, that's still a way to hang out.
Yeah, it is, and that I mean that's how my feelings grew was like through.
The conversations.
Like through the conversations and like through the type of like personality, right? That she had, and that's just how that grew, and then we exchanged numbers, and then we started talking outside of work, right? And it built and it built and it built, and then at that point I asked her out straight out.
Right, but did you realize if you think about it like. Try to reflect on it. Did you realize yourself after you started talking more and there's obviously an attraction that you started getting close to her physically at work and like the tone of voice changed, that kind of thing?
I don't think I ever physically got closer to her. I think I was more aware actually of my distance, and I actually like didn't get closer. I kept it at what it was before. That's it. I didn't change it, but. Reflecting back, I definitely the way I talked definitely changed.
Changed, right?
Yeah, definitely changed.
Yeah, I think that's one sign that a guy really, really knows where he likes it is like the tone of voice just changes.
Yeah, it's the tone. It's tone of voice. I'd say it's also like depends on the type of person you are, but like a lot of jokes.
Yeah,
a lot of like wanting to. Make her laugh.
Yeah,
wanting
to
make her laugh.
I get that.
Yeah.
It just goes to show like we don't have any answers. I feel like that's the whole point of love.
Right.
There's no answers.
There's no answers. There's a lot of like you know how you were talking about before about what was it? Signs. You were talking about signs, right?
Mm-hmm.
About like what a girl might think a sign is from a boy that he likes her, or what a sign from a girl is that a boy thinks that she might like her, right?
Yeah.
In my head I was thinking more of what someone with another opinion would think of that, right?
Yeah.
Because someone else might have grown up in a sort of sense where walking really close to your female friend is completely fine.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like how close you are as a friend to that person as well, right? Because I think from the sense that you were talking about, it's more progressional from like meeting her, like for the first time, and then getting to know her, and then knowing that you like her, right? But there's also a lot of people that are just like have been friends with someone for like a long time. That's different. And so for them, who they might not know the perspective that you're coming from, right? To them, that might sound like really dumb, right? They might just think like, what the fuck's he on about? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? What the fuck's a halal gap? That's what they might think, right? So I'm thinking from that perspective as well, and it kind of just puts it back that it's all perspective.
Yeah, it's all perspective
at the end of the day. It's the way that,
but it's fun.
It is. It's fun. It is fun. It's just everyone is situational, right? Every situation is situational.
Yeah,
like. Some things come very easy. Some things come by very hard.
Very hard. Yeah.
And it's at the end of the day, it's just the way that it goes.
Yeah. It's always gonna be complicated. Which, going to uni, right? We've talked about how it's gonna happen and like the red flags of how a guy asks them out. But I think the reality of going to uni and the people that you meet, because to be honest, I was dating someone while I was I was dating someone long distance before I came to Australia. And then once I came to Australia, not that I wanted a new girlfriend, but I was like interested to see new people and like just to see, you know, if there was cute girls and stuff.
Right.
And then you start going to uni, you're like, how the fuck am I supposed to even date or like fucking meet new people? Because everyone just goes to class and that's it. And you don't even have like a set class, right? Like in high school, I'm assuming you guys have like a set class, and then you in that same class you do different subjects together.
Yes, up until
to a certain extent.
Yeah,
right?
until to a certain extent.
But I feel like that was what I grew up with, and then coming to a degree life where everyone is just going to the class, and we don't have similar classes. And after class, people just go home or go to work.
Yeah.
Like there's no time to meet people in uni, you know?
Yeah, I
You just started uni, right?
I just did my first semester of my bachelor's. Yeah. I was going to talk about my diploma. So I did a 1-year diploma of science. And in that diploma, we didn't actually get to choose our classes. We had a set curriculum, and I was in the same class for every subject. With the same people.
That's good.
Yeah, and I became really good friends with them. With and the thing is, our class wasn't even that big. It was like 9 people. It was like 9-10 people. 9-10 people for a year going to the same classes. Like that's just like.
Yeah, but the fact that you can bond, you know, after a year.
Yeah. Like it always starts with helping each other out with work and stuff, or like homework. Sorry, and that sort of stuff. Then you start to maybe hang out, have food together.
Yeah, and if you're lucky, the girl that you find cute or whatever is there, and then you can ask her out. You know?
Yeah, again,
if you're lucky.
See that's
if you're lucky.
If you're lucky. Again, that's just another situation that you might find yourself in, right? Like, but then for like that was diploma, right? For like a bachelor's where you choose your units and your electives and all of that stuff, your classes will be different, right? So in that scenario, if there is a girl that you find cute, it's a lot harder.
Exactly.
To
and it's just the
them.
reality of it, because let's see, the reality of going to uni, you meet like a bunch of the types of dating. I would say there's different categories of dating when you go to uni. Is those people who go to clubs, like the school clubs. That's where they meet each other. And then there's also the quiet people who just sometimes they find the right one in the middle of nowhere, which is lucky, I guess. And then there's also people who date online, you know. And dating online is a whole different scene where you feel like when you see Instagram reels or the online dating scene, you feel like that's what dating should be. And then you start to meet people in real life who are just dating like organically. That's where they don't give a shit about all these things we talked about, falling in love out of first sight or whatever, you know, that kind of thing. They just are in their own world.
Yeah.
And I think for international students, a lot of us are quite excited when we come over. Coming to a different country, bro. Coming to a different country, you're like, oh, it's gonna be cool dating a new
Yep,
person,
Yep.
and then you start to realize, man, uni is just so abnormally busy. It's ridiculously busy, and everyone's just going to their own class or work. And every single person that I've talked to who's international over here, I've never met anyone who's an international student who's dating another international student. Like, I have, but it's not from their course or that kind of like natural meeting. It's very rare. Most of my international friends, most of my international friends are usually they're single, like their whole life coming here.
Yeah.
So you just started your first semester,
It's a very it's a very odd place to go.
right? Because I think a lot of people have a little bit of an expectation to want to meet people, but it's not necessarily a place where you meet people.
Yeah.
That's the sad
It's
reality
like
of it.
you come in with like the expectations of what you think it could look like or what it could be like, but then you do it. You do the uni, you do your courses, you do class, and you're like, well, there isn't really much space or much time.
Yeah, or maybe we're too influenced by, like, when I say Western media, it's always American media. It's not even Western. Maybe, like when they go to college, in a lot of movies where every time they go to college and then it feels like you meet new people and, High School Musical.
Yeah,
it just feels like you go there and then you meet new people and you fall in love. But the reality is so different, bro. You don't even meet people.
Yeah, but the thing is, I always feel like for college in America, they have the option of staying at their college, right? Right? So if you live in a dorm at your college, it's more likely for you to make friends there.
Yeah.
As opposed to living away from uni or college, right? You go do your class, you're not going to stay there. You want to go back home.
I just find it interesting how the reality of a lot of international students coming here is they don't date at all.
Yeah.
Because there's two sides, right? There are the international students coming over who really wants to get the best grades, and the other side who just wants to have fun. And obviously there are some who wants the balance, right? For me personally, I want the balance. But reality is you just don't meet people in uni. So if you guys are interested in finding people or like building relationships, right? Because you just never know which relationship will lead you to the next one. Join clubs, work. I feel like work really makes you learn about like a lot more people.
How would you say working at where we work now has helped you with your relationships?
I would definitely say a lot more local. It's a lot more localized. Specifically where we work at, it's a lot of like local students. Some international students. I'm a little bit of one of those. Yeah, now that I realize there's actually not a lot of international students working.
No.
It's actually me and just a few.
Yeah.
Just meeting people who are in the same phase of life and working, and then you get to talk and spend the next few weeks with them. And the longer you work, obviously, the more relations you build, then that's where you really get to meet people as an international student. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck hit in my car, bro.
What are these things?
Yeah, we're filming under a tree, so these things keep falling. We'll move after this, but yeah, I guess we can conclude from that. I guess just guys are dumb. The dating scene will always be a mystery. I will not have the answer. A lot of people are gonna disagree with me. I don't give a fuck. But that's life, right? Life is a mystery, and to more dating stories, right?
Yeah.
To more dating stories. I hope we'll be able to share more stories for you guys, and for you, hopefully you find someone in uni.
Wait, are you talking to me or the?
Yeah, you.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. Are you not gonna find anyone in uni? Anyone you're interested in right now?
Bro.
No? Nothing.
Bro, end the
End it. End the fucking podcast, bro. End it.